Hey everyone, Effie here. Today I'm going to show you how to layer our pine branch berry layering stencils. There are 4 stencils in this collection. You have 2 stencils for the pine needles, a light and a dark layer, a branch layer, and then this 4th and last layer. There are 2 layers for the berries and 1 small black berry element in the center. So this is stencil 1. You can see the large etched one. You can see the name of the stencil on the top right corner, our website on the top left corner, and then it says foliage-light, and this just indicates that this is the lightest layer for your foliage layers. So we're going to tape down stencil 1 with some purple tape from Thermoweb, and then we're going to use a nice light green. For this video, we'll use our Evergreen dye ink and our wide flat stencil brush, and just go in with a nice light touch. We don't want to go dark on this layer. Once you're done blending the entire layer, just take your brush and blend off the corners, off the stencil, and onto the cardstock for all 4 layers to create your registration marks. And you can see we have a nice blended rectangle, and this is where we're going to place stencil number 2. And here you can see the nice large etch 2 on this second layer, and then it says foliage-dark on this next stencil. So this is going to be our darker pine needle layer. We're going to go in with our Basil Mojito dye ink and another wide flat stencil brush, and we can go nice and deep and dark on this layer and get a nice contrast from that first lighter layer. Once you're done blending the entire stencil, don't worry about the corners after stencil 1 because we've already made our registration marks. You don't need to keep on blending off your corners after stencil 1. So here you can see this is stencil 3. You can see the nice large etch 3 and the same information, except this time it says branch brown on the lower left corner of stencil number 3, and we're going to tape this down inside our registration marks, and then we're just going to go and hit this layer with our Aspen Cocoa dye ink. You can use any brown ink that you have. There's only 1 branch layer, so you can go as light or as dark as you'd like. So once you're done with stencil 3, I want you guys to take a look at stencil number 4. You have 3 different elements on here. You have 2 layers for the berries and then the black centers for the berries. We have to reposition the stencil a few times to complete all the blending. So we're going to start with the lightest berry layer. You're just going to line up these 2 parts with these parts of the branch. Just place your stencil inside the branch, and we're going to blend this top right portion of stencil 4 with a nice light pink or a light red, and this portion is actually separated by an etched line, so you can see the black areas on the center of the stencil. It is separated by an etched line, but just to make sure you don't get any of your red ink blending into the outer areas of the round berries, you can use some post-it notes or some masking tape. We use lipstick red for the lighter berry portion of the stencil, and now this is the darker berry layer. It just adds a little bit of shading to the bottom portion of our berries, and we'll use our wine dye ink, which is a nice deep red, for the shadows of the berries. And then we're just going to use black ink for the berry tip elements, and we're just going to make sure that those little black dots are on the end or the tips of each of the berries, and we're just going to use a little mini black brush and some black ink, and the blending is now complete. We have a coordinating die available for purchase separately. You can just place it right over your blended panel. You're going to tape it down with some Thermoweb purple tape, run it through your die cutting machine, and you get this nice, beautiful, intricate die cut. You can use this as a nice standalone piece on a Christmas card, or you can use it as a foliage element for some of our holiday layering stencils like our jumbo poinsettia. I hope you guys enjoyed this layering tutorial. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.